Pull out your dicks, get ready to fap. It's time for your favorite show, The Grease Trap. Pull out your dicks, get ready to fap. It's time for your favorite show, Grease Trap.
I am ready.
I guess let me go grab a drink really quick.
I pushed the goddamn button.
Oh, sorry. Well, I didn't tell you. I didn't give you the all clear.
You said, yeah, I'm ready. Scotty, you ready? And Scotty said, yeah, and I pushed the fucking button, and then you actually, let me go get a drink real quick.
All right, well, I'm just going to push my button, too.
Oh, whatever. Just go get a drink.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to The Grease Trap. I'm going to get a drink. See you in a second. Bye.
Fucking TJ, dude. Always prepared. Dude, clearly TJ was an Eagle Scout growing up. I can tell.
Obviously. You can't tell that, dude.
Always prepared. Always come prepared.
That reminded me of a fucking horrible... When we were kids, Stevie loved McDonald's so much. They had like a McDonald's VHS. So like he begged my mom to buy him, and she actually did. And the thing I remember about it, I don't remember the plot or anything, but it was like, be prepared. That's the McNugget motto. Our stepdad was like, it's not basically the Eagle Scout motto. And I'm like, yeah, they just ripped it off of the fucking Boy Scouts. Or
I
Eagle
think
Scouts
so. Wow.
Unoriginal fucking tripe, dude. You know how that goes. But I mean, there's a place for that in the world. I know we talk a lot of shit about, road stuff and, the insipid tripe that people like to slurp down. But there's a place for it, for non-thinking sort of entertainment value. A value can be found in that stuff. Like, look at the Transformers movies. They made billions of dollars. What the fuck do we know? Michael Bay is rolling around a bed of money right now.
True.
We're doing a whole podcast, so he has the last laugh on all of us.
That's true. Oh my God, TJ. TJ has like committed to like going through the awkward phase of growing out his hair by just letting it do whatever the fuck he wants.
Whatever it wants, more like.
Yeah, just let it fucking either that or TJ rolled out of bed like 5 minutes ago. One of the two.
Well, it's the
or both.
I was up. I've actually been up for a while, but like this hair, like you should see me. I could sit here and just brush it and brush it and brush it. It's not going to do anything. I'd have to put a bunch of product in it, and I really don't want to. So I'm just letting it do what it wants, and it wants to be fucking nuts. So I'm going with it.
All the hair product you need, TJ.
Well, who could fucking argue with that, TJ? Who could argue with that?
I don't know. Probably several people. I don't know. But
well, I don't want to know those fucking people because they're over argumentative people.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck them.
And I don't like that. I don't like that type of person other than myself.
Yeah, me.
Well, of course. I mean, if it's you doing the arguing, it's fine. Anyone else, fuck them.
It's never petty or argumentative when I do it. It's always germane.
Dude, I find that I only get intensely argumentative about stupid shit. Like someone can fucking come to me and be like, we need to fucking this COVID shit just weeds out the weak. So fuck them. Like, I don't. That's not really my opinion, but hey, everyone's entitled to their own opinion. But if they were like, man, They Live is really a piece of shit movie, I'd be like, what the fuck did you just say?
Yeah.
So like. I don't know. I'm only inclined to fucking get argumentative over the stupidest shit because I guess that's what I really care about in my heart of hearts. Not really the global politics, state of the world shit. Just
there's nothing wrong with that, by the way.
Movie I like.
Like, dude, there's no like manual for human beings that says that you have to be fucking concerned about this, that, or the other thing more than you're concerned about this, that, or the other thing.
Right, and I totally agree because it's just subjective shit, but. I know a lot of people, sometimes I'll make videos like more back in the day. Now people have kind of fucking just like whatever. But back in the day, if I made a video, like I made the video like boob lasers or something, it's like about nothing, but it's like the kind of shit I would really love to make. But you look at the comment section when you post stuff like that, it's like, it's pointless. Talk about something that matters. Talk about something that matters. Like nothing matters, you fucking moron. Haven't you been listening?
Yeah,
None of it matters.
That's the point of boob lasers, but whatever.
I don't know.
You can lead a horse to water, TJ. The long-suffering artiste. Don't we know it well? Don't we know it well, TJ? Oftentimes our most commercial work is the most highly praised, but the stuff that really comes from our souls is...
Boob lasers came from my soul, sir.
Dispensed of. Yeah.
What a callous, cruel, horrible audience.
Remember how we just like a couple of mother hens like nattered over that fucking Amityville video only to watch.
Oh, that's almost the perfect example.
It
honestly.
is. No, it really is. It's the perfect example. Well, it's one of many perfect examples. That fucking Transformers review we did too. That motherfucker didn't pay off.
Oh my God. So we did so many of those videos where it's like we fucking put hours and hours and hours and hours in, days sometimes arguing. Me and Paul sitting there over the editor, fucking just debating each other. I think this cut should stay. I think it should fucking go.
Yeah.
It's like, we got to do this because otherwise this doesn't make sense later. This sets up this. It's like, that doesn't set it up at all. It stands on its own.
That's not how I remember it. Here's how I remember it. Me slowly warming my insecurities into your mind. Like I was never like, this is gotta. Well, yeah, every once in a while I was kind of slash and burn, but more of it was like, I don't know, man. Like, what if we cut this whole fucking thing right here out? You know what I mean? And then put this in its place.
Yeah. And I was like, cut myself out of something. I mean, it's theoretically possible, but
suffice it to say that it was like hours of acrimony.
Long acrimonious process. Took a long time, and there was some good vibe. It was well received in some quarters and shit, and most people that watched it liked it, but it just didn't. It didn't have this explosive fucking shit we wanted. And then, like, me and Paul were just sitting around, like, I don't know, a week later or something. We're like, hey, Paul, you want to read some of these stupid feminist comics with me? We'll just, like, kind of, like, you know, rag on these feminist comics. Oh, yeah. Do this lazy, half-ass fucking, oh, yeah, fucking feminism's dumb,
It
dude.
took us, like, all of 20 minutes to cut it together and throw it out.
We didn't even cut it. We just fucking recorded it.
Yeah, that's right.
Just fucking put it out there. And that shit did way better than the stuff we fucking agonized over for hours and hours. It's like, yeah, okay.
So stupid, dude.
Fair enough, universe.
Ugh.
That's how life goes, dude.
It's like if you fucking learn to meticulous. It's like the Dynor shirt being the top selling shirt on DP back in the day. You know, I think the DP official shirt sold a little bit more, but the Dynor shirt second place,
ridiculous.
or maybe even better.
Right.
And it was like, you know, just like a fucking shitty MS Paint drawing of a fucking dinosaur. You know, whereas shirts we fucking had like commissioned like the best artists that we could find and went through multiple draft revisions. Like, oh, I think that we need a little bit more reflection on the glasses and all this stuff. And then, you know, they sold well, but not as well as the Dynor shirt. MS Paint mouse drawing of Dynor. You know?
Yeah.
Sometimes the universe just rewards low effort bullshit.
It's true.
I guess that's fine. Because sometimes low effort bullshit is fun and easy to do. So
that's true.
It's always easy to do. It's low effort bullshit. That's the whole fucking point. But not all low effort bullshit, because plenty of low effort bullshit you put out there and people just like, it's fucking trash. It's on my face.
There's a difference between entertaining low effort bullshit and just completely irredeemable low effort bullshit too. And like, that's the difference. It's like, that's where the low effort bullshit actually requires a little bit of fucking talent and forethought. You know what I mean? Because to get people to come back over and over again for low effort bullshit requires a certain fucking talent. Nobody can deny. Whereas you know, if you just want proof of low effort bullshit, go over to twitch.tv or go onto YouTube and just look at some fucking 0 or 1 view videos and look at like,
dude, this game. I'm playing Cyberpunk. What? Damn.
No, actually, you'd probably have about 10 or 15 viewers at that energy level, Scotty. I'm telling you, if you go to the bottom of the barrel on Twitch, it'll literally just be a dude with a face cam like this. And he's like playing Cyberpunk, and it's like grainy and like frame lossy, you know what I mean? So it's like skippy, and he's just like, he doesn't care because he's just streaming to the ether, I guess. And one of these days he's going to make $1 billion, you know? And he won't say shit. Like every once in a while, like I've actually gotten lost watching these streams sometimes. Like I'll go look at them and I'll go like, what the fuck must it be like to be this person? And I'll start watching their shit because maybe I'll find one that like has a competent stream at least. It's like, you know, not so fucking jittery that I can't watch it. And then they'll talk and it'll scare me because I'm so used to them being so silent. And then they'll be like, they'll make some decision in the game and then like it won't work out for them. And they'll be like, oh man. And I'm like, who the fuck is that? Oh yeah, there's a person playing this. Right.
Yeah, dude.
It's so weird, man. The same thing on YouTube though. You've seen them. Like you run across a video that's got like 4 views, and you know all 4 of those views are that dude checking the video, right? And it's just like,
hold on.
It's just like horrible. I don't know. I don't even know what to say about it, dude. It's just like horrible, unlistenable ramble of like, yeah. So anyway, I thought I would talk about the Marvel comic universe and the DC comic universe, and what, you know, what I think is the most interesting thing about comic books is that they involve, you know, like they involve superheroes and they involve problems, and it's just like it's only 50% different than reality. You know what I mean? It's like we have the problems, we don't have the superheroes. You know. So anyway, let's start with Batman. He's my favorite. You know what I mean? It just goes, and it's like fucking. You look at it, and it's like 16 hours long, and you're like, how did this dude sustain that for 16 hours? Who's he putting it out there for? Nobody's finding it. It's actually kind of sad.
Dude, I just realized I just went on YouTube and just typed in rant and then looked at whatever's been uploaded in the last hour.
Yeah.
And just trying to I'm just trying to find some really bad,
like a low effort rant.
Yeah, I'm trying to find
the rant became. Well, you know what the rant became on YouTube, TJ?
You know?
What? You know what the rant became? It became, you can't just say I'm gonna rant at you. It's like you gotta have a little niche, like whatever. Like Taylor watch all these horse channels, so to be like, oh my god, reaction to like, and it'll be someone doing something stupid with a horse, like horse do this dangerous thing, and the girl will be like, or the guy will be like, I cannot believe this person is doing this. Like, this is why this is so unsafe to do this with your horse right now. Like, and then they just break it down why it's unsafe. So it's like, it's because it can lead to virality. Like you can, it's like you talking about it, so the person gets to see the crazy thing they want to see, but you get to be moralizing and go like, that's wrong that they did it. So you also get to see the crazy shit, but from like a superior standpoint. You don't have to be like, oh, I'm just watching it to be like, you know, oh man, wow, that's crazy. Oh, look, that horse got its head chopped off. It's like, oh my god, the horse got its head chopped off. That's why that's totally unsafe. You should never do it.
See,
got its head chopped off. What the fuck, man?
Dude, the problem.
I'm just saying, like, whatever.
The problem with YouTube nowadays is that you can't find the shit anymore. Like the shit is too buried. Like
I'm finding some stuff I'm pretty sure is absolute shit here.
Yeah, I mean, but you're going on an expedition.
I'm doing the same. I've been falling down a mine shaft, and I'm still at videos that had 409,000 views. You know what I mean?
So here's what you got to do if you really want to find the total dog shit. Is find it right when it gets uploaded by just typing random words into the search bar, and then just saying, "I want to see this stuff uploaded in the last hour."
Oh yeah. Okay.
And then you'll see shit that's like just been uploaded that has like no fucking views whatsoever.
Last hour. No views. 30 seconds. So I want to find something that was uploaded like fucking. Do these Black Lives Matter? Oh my god. What's going on now?
Oh shit.
The worst words in endurance sports. I kind of feel bad like making fun of any of these people. But what's going on?
I know. I just found a video called "Hold the Line, Patriots, We Are at War," and there's like a fucking ancient old man with like,
I want to say it, dude.
let me just show you what the fuck is going on here. Hold on. I mean, I have not listened to any of this, but this has no views except we're the first view basically.
Maybe we'll agree. Maybe by the end of this video, guys, we'll be ready to go.
Well, we're not going to watch the whole thing because it's 39 minutes and 29 seconds long.
Maybe you'll be compelled to watch the entire thing.
But this is the old man who's Hold the line, patriots. We are at war. He's like 1,000 years old. He's wearing a Florida hat, Siesta Key, Florida. I mean, he just looks like someone's fucking grandpa, basically.
He's like he's lobster red.
I love him already.
I mean, like, dude, I love that there's like, usually it's supposed to be like the youth of the country that are like, wow. But in this country, it's like the old people. They're like, it's time for revolution.
Yeah.
Oh, my man. Oh, take back our country, Sonny Jim. Whoa. So you guys might actually hear this guy, or you want to look at him? I can play him if you want.
Let's hear him.
All right. Let me see if I could fucking actually get the fucking sound audible on it.
I mean, that might be your problem, and it very well might not be. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm just turning up his...
And he's announcing
it's about as loud as I can get
going
it.
along as if this is set in stone. And if it's not, if we're right, if Sean, if you're right, if I'm right, if, Janda's right and the rest of us are right, and this goes to Trump, can you imagine the anarchy in the streets? Those full auto lowers, the rioting, the looting, the left can sit back and say, hey, you know what? All right, so we didn't get in this time around.
Okay.
Scintillating commentary.
If you're right and I'm right and we're all right
Dude.
and Trump's right and Trump gets it, can you imagine the anarchy in the streets and the left is going to sit there?
I think it's like a Newsmax. And OAN frequent watcher here. Dude, if you guys, I'll tell you what, you want to see a trip, dude? Go to the Newsmax Twitter.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah, dude. Like the shit the headlines they put out, it's like, we're getting warmer. We're getting warmer, guys. We're getting close. Trump gonna get it. They're doing these legal. It's like the spin they have to put
He's
to make it
almost got it. He's almost, because if they, you know what, if they fucking tell their readers the truth, like, yeah, guys, Trump lost. Be like, fuck you, communists. I always knew Newsmax was commies. You know what I mean?
Yeah, scroll down. Find one of their videos. That's what you really want to find.
Breaking: Morocco recognized Israel. Blah blah blah. Here's a video. Media falsehoods. Director of Press Communication Aaron M. Perrin.
Biden and his family, they need to do a retraction. They need to come out and admit that they were wrong, admit that they were biased, and admit that those issues led to falsehoods being fed to the American people. If journalists want to have any integrity whatsoever in this country, they need to start being honest with the American people.
Spoiler alert, they don't. They don't care about integrity anymore. The last journalist that cared about integrity died about fucking 20 years ago. They are now just fucking infotainment bots, and all they want is screen time so they can get their own show.
We need to find, like,
You're seeing the results of what happens when a government goes too far to the left. We are a group of.
So what's happening here? What are we supposed to be all in a kerfluffle about today as the planet dies of a fucking preventable
coming to
illness?
Congress, who are very passionate, love this country.
Like what's?
We are appreciative of our freedoms and liberties. We are.
I love me
them
them freedoms.
Dream.
What is? Okay, so what is it now? What's going on?
Get upset.
About what?
Get upset, Paul.
About
I don't know.
What?
All right, here's the very beginning.
All I could tell you, as someone who is from New York City, we are seeing the results of what happens when a government goes.
It's just gibberish. It's just vague shit. There's nothing. There's not even.
And this is trending right now.
It's not trending really. This is just This is just what is in Newsmax's feed.
Yeah, they'll get some. See, that one got a lot more.
Oh my God! Look, it's Rave Dubin.
Durham has been given the designation of special counsel.
Oh yeah, let's see what Rave Dubin's up to.
Oh shit!
So it was actually the Hanukkah party. They're having, Hanukkah
my apologies. Happy Hanukkah too, I should say. The first of 8 crazy
Merry
nights.
Christmas to you. Yeah, it was wonderful. It really was wonderful. It's the best of America. I'll give you the negative part first.
How come all these clips seem to just be clipped completely out of any fucking context? I
I think that's Newsmax's fucking like way of getting around the work that it would take to constantly be posting this shit. It's just like find like something from another news channel, clip a random fucking 3 to 7 minute chunk of it, and drop it on your channel.
This is from their news channel, right? It says Newsmax.
Well, yeah. Well, this is talking about the White House Hanukkah party.
It's deeply depressing.
Oh, is it?
I mean, I did a video that we posted on my YouTube channel where I did
White House Hanukkah party. I don't give a shit,
dude. I found a dank one, dude. I found one with one view. It's a dude driving in his truck.
Oh shit! Yeah, I never seen that.
And it says the title of it is "Wake Up! The news channels are using psychological warfare to steal the election. # Stop the steal."
Jesus, that's a long title.
And well, I don't know. It looks like one that might need some wider view. You know what I mean?
Pull that shit up. Let's pop it up. Pop it up on the screen.
Let me see what I can do here.
Oh yeah, if you can't do that, just send it to me and I'll.
No. I think Can you guys see it there?
Looks like it.
Okay, yeah. So here it is. This guy here. This is the dude.
He's in a truck. He seems incredible.
He's in a truck.
All right, so it is December 4th or 5th. I'm not sure. It's Saturday. Saturday, either December 4th or 5th. But I wanted to follow up. I know I made a video. And I talked a little bit about psychological warfare, but I realized, maybe I should explain a little bit more in terms of what that means. So I'll start off with what we know, like what most people kind of assume.
This neck cam is on point. When I watch a video,
the fact that he's continuously trying to angle his head away from the road so that it looks like he's having a conversation while he's careening down what looks like a wet, slippery road somewhere in the middle of winter is a little disconcerting. I won't give you that much.
Well, it gives people a reason to keep watching,
I guess so.
Will he die?
Should I skip ahead and see if he dies?
I'm pretty sure he doesn't die. But,
who is part of the cover-up and who is part of the resistance?
Wow, that's where it is 10 minutes into the 11-minute video.
Who's part of the cover-up? Who's part of the cover-up? Who's part of the resistance? Who's part of the new empire?
Oh, shit. Oh, fuck me, bro. I don't know what to tell you about the world.
I do.
what is there to tell? It's a fucked up place, dude. A lot of fucked up people with fucked up, crazy ass thoughts that for some reason they haven't got it all together in their head. It'd be one thing if they had coherent thoughts to put out into the world. It's just like this guy is rambling as he goes down a fucking slippery Midwestern road in the middle of winter. Hope we're watching to say like,
let me tell you about the psychological world,
people, dude. We're not watching because we care about the results of the race. We want to see someone crash and burn.
Yeah, dude. I just tell you, there's too many men. It's like too many people making too many problems.
Too many problems?
Yeah, way too many.
There's too many things.
I really feel like there's just like not enough love, to go around, man.
This is a radical fucking idea that you've just. Hold on, let me allow me a second or two to process this, TJ.
Yeah, allow me a second. Just process the whole thing,
It's almost like all you need is love. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, that's true. So true.
And it's almost like money really can't buy it for you either. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Amen. Fucking capitalist pig dogs, man. I don't know.
It's almost like a bird that's like in your hand already is worth 2 possible birds that are still in the bush. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's almost like what goes up must come down.
Yeah. No, I feel that because that's true for the most part. Like
right. For the most part.
Yeah, I mean there are things that can escape.
You guys, hey, TJ, look. Imagine all the people living their lives in peace, TJ. Can you imagine that?
There'd have to be like no heaven.
TJ, you may say I'm a dreamer for saying that. But TJ, let me tell you something. I'm not the only one.
I just figured it out. We are all stars now in the Dope Show.
All right, Revelations.
In the dope show.
In the fucking dope show, huh?
Oh, my consciousness has grown 3 sizes today.
Wah, 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 wah. That's not the only thing of mine that's grown 3 sizes.
Oh, dick jokes coming out of Scotty's mouth.
Wow.
Unlike the dicks that usually go in, you know?
Oh.
Better in your mouth than in your ass, in my opinion, TJ. But that's just me.
That's just you.
There's a dude that's been like violating our Reddit rules, but I've been letting him get away with it because he's been doing like these little like 20-second clips of completely out of context grease traps, and they're actually kind of funny. Like we do some really stupid shit on this show sometimes that I've completely forgotten about. So I'm letting him breach protocol. I'm letting him leak 20 seconds of patron content every once in a while because
whatever.
I want to see.
It's funny. Who cares? You know what I mean? That's my.
Yeah, I mean it is what it is. Like it's just like, when did we turn on the Benny Hill music and dance around for like a minute and a half? Because it happened. It happened on one of these shows.
You're right. I remember that.
I very vaguely remember doing that.
But I just remember us like it going on, and then all of us we did that for like we did it for 90 seconds.
I don't know if it was 90 seconds, but it's just ridiculously long, beyond what would normally be funny. You know what I mean? We're still doing it, and then at the end of it, TJ says, "Well, that killed about a minute," and then that's where the clip ends. So I was like, I'll let this keep going. This is okay. This is okay.
Let him have his fun. I mean, it's free promotion, whatever the fuck.
That's true.
He's fucking doing us a favor, if anything.
Yep.
Yeah, dude.
Basically, randomness.
We need to get that fucking. We need to clip that shit. Put that in here.
Basically,
we can start.
Randomness.
I think we're at the point now where we can start going back and stealing some of the old DP memes, especially if they're not being used anymore.
That's true. Well, even if they are being used.
Yeah,
I mean, you know what I mean? We had a hand in the memes too.
Yeah, let's go fucking. Hey, these memes are ours. We're confiscating your memes.
Yeah, we're not taking any of the quote unquote modern DP memes.
Yeah, we're just the memes from back in our day.
Yeah, back in the day memes.
Back in the fucking day.
Back in the fucking day. Back in the fucking day, huh?
You know what I mean?
Corpse Midget, that's ours. Everything's ours. It's all ours. Randomness is ours. Basically randomness. Can we find that? I'm gonna see if I can find that.
Do we want ownership of all of that though?
Not probably not.
Probably not all of it, but some of it. You know, like a few little trinkets.
That's like the one thing. That's one of the few things that stuck with me from that time period. Is I'll just do that to people like basically randomness. And they'll just be like, "What the fuck, you?" And it's like, all right, well, that I can see that doesn't make sense if you weren't there.
It's because the whole gig was spinning straw into gold on DP, dude. And you got good at spinning, like you found the one funny thing that Corpse Midget ever said, the one little quotable thing that he ever said, and you honed in on it like a good, like you were spinning that straw into gold. You know what I mean? Because
like, hey, here's absolute dog shit. Make it into something entertaining. It's like, all right.
that was basically that show to begin with.
Let us transmute this garbage into gold.
Here's 3 hours of garbage. Oh God, not again.
They'll subject you to 3 hours of wall-to-wall horribleness, and then you must turn it into something watchable.
Last video was talking about psychological warfare. That's what that was on your psyche, dude. Psychological fucking warfare with the inane fucking ramblings. Like, I remember just doing it for so long that we like actually identified like the different tropes. Like, okay, guy in truck. Yeah, that's definitely one.
And there was always that. There was always that recognition that like the first 2 or 3 minutes of most of these videos was just going to be spent explaining like stupid bullshit that's going on. Like, yeah, sorry about my camera. It's doing this thing. And
oh my God, that's the worst, dude. That is the worst.
Some like long fucking intro where like they had to like prime you for what they were about to say, but like the primer was way too long. So like 90% of people would check out.
Information. Yeah, I remember that shit. Like, I've got it. Oh, look, I've got breaking information. I have got info. And you're like, okay, what is it? Then they get to whatever their stupid fucking point is. They'd be like, that's what's going on. And then you know what they do then? You guys remember this. Then they repeat that over and over again. And just in different ways.
Or they just like go completely off topic. And like only the first 5 minutes of the video are on topic. And then they just ramble incoherently because you got to get to that 10-minute time length. And then they upload it.
You know what I miss? YouTube doesn't really like allow it anymore, but like I miss all that fucking
randomness.
I wish all that the fucking all the things where it was just like these channels that would like watch like Vigilant Christian, you know, like they'd be like Beyonce, Satanic Illuminati, this Satanic Illuminati. They just basically take whatever the top trend was going on at the moment that everyone's into, like Cyberpunk 2077,
Satanic,
fucking whatever. Yeah. And then, you know, they just fucking like, they open up, they read a few Bible verses that have nothing to do with shit. They talk about the game in the most fucking superficial fucking way possible. And then it's like, yeah, so anyway, it's satanic, y'all. And then that's it. And then it's like, yeah, give me some fucking money. They don't really fucking, that video genre is pretty much dead on YouTube at this point. I've looked for like new ones. I mean, it's still kind of sort of there, but they've mostly
ban a lot more shit, dude. Yeah, they ban a lot of shit on YouTube now. Like even
I think YouTube just kind of cracked down on that, like the misinformation side of things, because it started to get out of control. Because like you know what I mean? Those videos were huge.
They were. Dude. Yeah, Vigilant Christian was big back in the day. Like he had like what 300, 400,000 people watching him.
Yeah. Crazy stuff. I don't even know if he's still out there. Yeah, I don't even know if he's still making videos.
The Crigilant Vision, dude.
I mean, that was one of the other people that was like, I'll never come back on that show if that Paul guy is there.
Oh yeah, dude.
How many of those were there?
There was Milo, and there was Milo, and then there was Vigilant Christian, and I think there was at least one other that was like, no, I won't do it with Paul.
Yes.
Yeah, there was a couple people that I remember like they came to TJ and they're like,
I don't want to do it if that Paul guy's there. I'm like, well, then don't do it. I was just like, well, don't do it. I don't give a shit. Just don't do it then.
Yeah, it's like, what are you're mad because you know, like, look, if and I don't even know why Milo would give a fuck because at the time, dude, Paul was getting dunked on. I'm not even saying like even well. It was just like everyone under the sun was just fucking bull rushing because Milo was like a fucking big time celebrity. It was just like Paul do him, Paul do him, Paul do him, Paul do him. Paul goes to Twitter, Paul do him, Paul do him, Paul do him.
I had a narrative that wasn't like, you know, people are just little units of labor and you're owed nothing by the government or whatever, and that was just definitely not the narrative at the time. So. Yeah, I was a dum-dum, but that probably also played a role in him not wanting to, you know, come on the show with me again too.
No, I mean, I think what people were really mad about is that, you know, he was like, think about it. His whole thing is like, no one can fucking get me. No one can fucking get me. No one can fucking get me. And you're like basically on there getting him. And so no one wants to admit that he's being gotten at all. Cause like the whole narrative at the time is like these stupid, like lefties and shit come at me, but they ain't got nothing. And then you come with something, and he's like, "What the fuck? There's something." So of course he's like, "No, I don't want that."
I didn't even say much, but the main thing I talked about was like healthcare, and it's like, "Healthcare, this country is fabulous," and I'm like, "Here's why it's not." And he's like, "Oh, well, I don't really know anything about that." Because I said a bunch of facts. I literally like right before the episode, had read like this article about how Vermont was trying to get universal healthcare and like basically like the cost ratios and shit. He was like, well, never mind. Let's not. He's like, I don't really know much about it now that you bring all this stuff up.
There's a reason
I know a lot about it.
There's a reason that that conservatives like to go on shows with like, you know, like people echo chamber stuff, or they like to argue with like college students and shit that are like first year fucking shit, you know, like like Steven Crowder setting up his little, you know, table, like, yeah, fucking changed my mind, and then he fucking, you know,
well,
that's how they got big.
The way that fucking Milo was treating his appearance on the podcast, he was like pretty tipsy before we ever went live.
Oh god, he was fucking. Dude, he was like,
he definitely he was expecting just like kind of like a ball washing with, you know, any kind of like any kind of disagreement would be a token one that was just like a setup for him to knock down, and he could just sit and drink and be told how wonderful and amazing all his ideas are and shit. And like, I don't know if we, and that's just not what the show was. Now, I don't really defend my performance in that. I like number one.
I mean, I think a
lot of people misread my intentions. If you'll remember, before the Milo episode, we were in the Skype call. I think we were using Skype at the time for guests and shit. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And there was like a little text conversation going back and forth and shit. And Milo and I were sniping at each other, but in that kind of like, you know, like gay little like ha 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 ha, no ha 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 ha. You know, there was no malice or anything, like, right? And so I felt like I carried that energy into the show where it was like, I'm going to be your foil and you're going to be my foil this show. And we're going to kind of punch it up. And I feel like throughout the entire fucking show, that was how he and I were playing off of each other, whether we got angry or called each other assholes or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, it was like, and maybe I misread things, and that's what led to my performance not being as good as it was, or me being seen as like over aggressive or whatever the fuck. But I remember at the end of that feeling like, wow, you know, here's a dude I don't agree with, but he's also a performer, and we just had a good time ripping on each other. And the people that agree with me,
dude, that was his sycophants that I'm talking about came and flooded in. I didn't really feel that way about it. I mean, like, people called you anecdotal Paul and all that shit.
A lot of his sycophants were our fans at the time, though. I mean, that's just the truth.
That is true.
Sure. And so, like, I wasn't aware of that either. You know what I mean? And so it's
like, we got branded by so many people after that episode. You know, well, after that became a big public thing, as like this obscure alt-right, you know, sort of podcast. And like, we were never alt-right.
No,
we never.
We were just stoners. We would sit down and have a talk with anybody, and we didn't always have leftist views that were inside of the leftist Overton window. But nobody on that show back when we were running it and doing it all together could credibly have been claimed to have been anywhere near the fucking right. Like on some side of like super fucking space anarcho-primitivist luxury robo-communism, or else back to monkey leftist. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, whatever the fuck. And then there's a whole gradient of leftism on the show.
Yeah, and I mean, I was at least I'm probably more to the left now than I was then, but like I was probably like a sock dem even then. So, I mean, I don't know,
dude. Scotty's always been pretty firmly leftist in most of his social
I don't really know
positions.
as much about. I've never heard Scotty apply one of those kind of labels to himself, like I am a fucking anarcho-syndicalist or anything. But you know,
that's just not that's not like how Scotty do it, though.
Yeah. Why don't you have a label, Scotty?
Yeah. Why won't you label yourself like the rest of us, Scotty?
Yeah. Come on. Label yourself. Label yourself.
Labels.
Man, I'm thinking outside the box.
You know, I've never even seen him like do like a fucking political compass test or nothing.
I've done that before. I think on the show I did it once.
Oh, you did? Never mind then.
Yeah, I think I did. I think I definitely have authoritarian streaks. I definitely have a authoritarian streak. I think we all know that. I definitely have left-leaning. I'd say I'm more left-leaning, but obviously there's some issues like I think like guns. Like I like guns more than probably the average like more liberal person. You know, like a lot of people are anti-guns. They won't own guns. They don't want to be around guns. They want to regulate guns. And I'm not against regulating guns though. That's the difference. Like I'm not saying like, oh, I have a gun and no one should ever tell me what to do, like kind of thing. And I mean, because obviously that's what it really comes down to. Like a lot of people that own guns just feel like government should have no business. I should be on any list. Shouldn't have any sort of thing like that. So I mean, that I think it could be construed as more of like maybe a conservative type position. I mean, at least like that I like guns, but then also on the other side of it, I do believe in firearm regulation. So that's the more liberal bent. I kind of find myself
an enigma wrapped in a riddle, wrapped in a mystery.
I don't know. I know a lot of people on the left who are pretty pro-gun because they all think that like some shit could pop off in this country. So
what do you mean could? So, yeah, it's a matter of fucking time.
It's a matter of when, I guess. But
it's an if then sort of statement. You know, like if this happens, then this will happen.
I guess I don't necessarily believe that it's inevitably going to happen, but I think it's pretty likely to happen
on a long enough time scale.
Oh well, yeah. I mean,
come on.
Sure. I mean, conflict is inevitable.
Where's this bus heading, right? Because I see nothing but cliff. If you see a nice little fucking oasis along the straight desert road to the cliff of doom,
I really don't see it.
Let me know.
I really don't see it, but just because I don't see it doesn't mean it's not there. I just don't think it is.
The brakes are out. Bus is heading for the cliff.
Maybe, dude.
Pump the brakes. There are no brakes.
I don't mean to take that to the most literal place possible, but it made me think of it. The scene in the movie Speed where they make that jump is the stupidest fucking scene in movie history. I'm sorry. I love that movie though, or at least I like it.
Yeah, Bustle does not make that jump. No,
there's a big gap, and there's not even like they didn't even bother to make it like it inclines or anything. It's just like flat. There's not even any reason for the bus to jump, but somehow just like at that last minute, the bus like pogo sticks like jump.
Yeah.
What?
You know what makes it work though the build up to it. It was fucking crazy, dude. The suspense as that, you know what I mean? They did a really good job building it up. That the stunt is forgivable, dude. You know the movie's not going to end with them crashing and burning in a fireball on the fucking.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean?
But my thing is, I watch movies where I have to suspend my disbelief way harder than that. But it is still
they should have just made it like an uneven piece of fucking.
Right.
You know what
That's
I mean?
Why I don't get. It's like, why did they make it look like it was basically fucking impossible to make? They should have had at least a little angle, you know, like
it should have been instead of
so slightly upward, you know.
Instead of there's a gap in the freeway, they should just be like, look, the new freeway ends and the old freeway begins, and he's like, well, that's no problem. We'll just go onto the old freeway. Well, the problem is the old freeway is 40 feet below you. You know what I mean? You're going to have to catch air. You can't slow down. You know what I mean? That would have been, it's feasible that a fucking bus might, probably not, but might survive such a fucking stunt. You know what I mean? Yeah. And at the very least, it would fly through the air and land on the road below it. You know what I mean? Whether it would keep driving after that is really the question.
I would say probably not, but hey, I mean, it's possible.
But yeah, it doesn't involve that implausible, because here's what the bus does. It's coming for the straightaway. It's like, and then here's the gap, right? The mic is the gap, and it goes like, for no reason. Lands on its ass, and then boom. It's
like, I just watched it. What the fuck, dude?
Yeah, you remember it goes.
It just shows
you what?
Just show the fucking thing,
dude. It's ET. It's ET. I'll send it to you, TJ, right now.
Yeah. I'm just gonna fucking. Here we go. I got it. I got it right now.
You got it.
It's like God flicked the bus or something. God was
like, movie clips.
Yeah. I got it there.
Go to 111, dude, or maybe 105 if you want a little more context, dude. It's ET. It's ET, guys. When you see this bus do this,
hold on.
Dude, I'm
fucking
telling
you. Bus, if you're wondering.
Here, watch this shit. Watch this shit. I'm not gonna bother putting the volume on.
Well, it ain't sharing for us, TJ. Or not for
me. We got two little cubes.
Let me try it again. How about now?
Yeah, there we go. Now it's working.
Okay. All right, check this shit out.
So yeah, they're coming to the end.
Look at it.
Here's the gap in the freeway. He ducks her down. And then look, where did that come from? Where did all that lift come from? Why did the front end of the bus pop up? It's just too perfect.
There's no fucking way. Dude.
It's ridiculous, dude.
The bus jumps, then right before it launches itself vertical, then lands, and somehow doesn't fuck up the suspension, the axles, anything, and just keeps going.
And look at this shit.
Boink. Yeah, see where did that fucking
it comes
all
from
of a
nowhere.
Sudden, all of a sudden the heaviest part of the bus where the big fucking flathead V12 engine is all of a sudden flies into the air
for no fucking reason whatsoever.
Well, that's why it's shot that way too. It's like, I think that I feel
like they show this gap at some point, and you're like, just no way. Okay, hold on. Yeah,
that's the gap.
That's the gap.
Look at this fucking gap. Look at the fucking gap.
Fucking way. It's
right.
even.
Look at the fucking gap, dude.
It's not. No, it's an absurdity. Even... It's a total absurdity. That bus would have gone straight head first into that fucking piling, holding up that second part of that shit. That would have been it, dude. The movie over, game over. But see, if they had just lowered it a little bit or some shit, but they were probably relying heavily on existent fucking shit. This was a gap in the freeway that they could actually film. Because remember, you could digitally retouch a film back then, but locational shoots like this, they closed down the whole freeway and shit. And there was probably some gap in the freeway that had yet to be built, and they just used it for a stunt in the movie. And there's really no reason for there to be a ramp built on the one side or the other of this. So, just, you know what I mean?
Get a better look at it.
Yeah. See what I mean?
I mean, this is
even those birds. They have a shot, in that shot, there's birds, and even they're flying fucking down.
Right. So here's what the fuck happens in this situation. If you guys see my mouse.
Yeah.
So it's what, 40 feet, maybe 40 to 60 feet.
The second the bus comes off of there, it's not going. The tip of the bus is not going up. It's going down.
Yeah,
and it's gonna fucking. I don't even know if it would make it to the fucking pile. I mean, it probably would.
It's going 60. Remember,
yeah,
it would.
It's gonna go, but it's gonna hit this shit.
You're
It's gonna
right.
hit like here.
Exactly like I said, it's going to hit the piling below that second half, and that's it. And it explodes in a giant ball of flame.
And then it's over. The
and
movie's
blows
done.
up that whole piece of fucking, because there's a bunch of explosives on the bus.
Yeah.
So it blows up that whole piece of freeway. And then
the credits roll.
Credits roll because the bad guy won. You know what I mean? Like he got his revenge.
Wouldn't it be cool if a movie every once in a while
laughing
just did that shit? You know what I mean?
They do.
Wouldn't that be more suspenseful? You know what I mean? Just like fucking
movies don't usually like end abruptly, because if Speed had ended at this point in the film,
yeah,
then like it would have been like a 15-minute student film or some shit. You know what I mean? Or a half hour long. It happens.
I thought the jump happened kind of towards the end.
I don't think it does.
No? Okay.
No, because remember they do that whole subway thing. Like they eventually go to the airport and drive around a bunch of times, and a bunch of shenanigans go down there, and then they eventually get off of it and find the dude, and they go chase him on the subway. No, this is like the first quarter of the movie here. He's like maybe the like first half. I would say that if this is nowhere near beyond halfway point of the movie.
Gotcha.
There's so much crap that goes on. The whole subway car shit. That's like 30 minutes worth of shit right there.
Yeah. Okay. I thought that was more like a 10-minute shit at the end.
No, because remember they go to the fucking airport and drive around in circles for like an hour in the movie.
Do they? Okay.
And then remember Keanu goes underneath on the skateboard to like try and tinker with the bomb, and then his buddy finds out, dude, don't touch that. It's not what we think it is. This guy's way smarter than we think it is, man. Don't fucking touch that. And then he almost dies underneath the bus, and then they pull him back out. And there's a whole bunch of bullshit that like they take the
Speed does have a pretty cool sequence of events.
That's how they find out that he's got a camera in the bus, because they take it to the airports because they think he's watching because of the news choppers. So they take it to the airspace where news choppers can't be, and he's still able to react to what they're doing. And so they see that he's got like cameras on them in the bus and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, that was the first movie where they did that looping shit to like hide what was going on. Like loop the feed.
I don't know if it was the first movie to do it, but it's the first memorable one for me.
It was the first movie I ever saw do it anyway.
Yeah.
I don't remember seeing that in anything before, but
it's a cool idea though. Like you know what movie did it before?
Okay.
Sneakers. With Robert Redford.
Sneakers. I don't think I've seen it, so that's probably
why. God, dude, you've never seen Sneakers?
I guess not. Well, I've never even heard of it.
Sneakers is like Hackers, but good. It's basically the plot of Hackers, but good.
I like Hackers.
Well, no, but I mean, like, you like Hackers because it's ironically fucking 90s. And I'm talking about like, it's the same kind of, it's a quirky group of fucking people that have like computer knowledge and shit. But it's set a little earlier than Hackers, so it's not.
I'm looking at his IMDb page, so.
Dude, it's actually a pretty dope movie if you haven't seen it.
Dan Aykroyd, Ben Kingsley, River Phoenix, Sidney Poitier. This actually has a pretty good cast. So.
Dude, the cast is fucking great. The movie's actually it's a caper movie, right? So if you're not a fan of a caper film, then don't watch it. But
I mean, I'm not a huge fan usually, but I don't know. That sounds like a pretty good cast. So
it's good. I like it.
And I like Robert.
Hackers is a caper movie.
Is Robert Redford still alive?
Yeah, he is. I think he's retired from acting though.
I haven't seen him for a fucking while.
I think he's done.
I mean, he's rich as fuck. He doesn't have to appear in public.
Yeah. Damn, he's old as fuck. He is. He's 84.
Yep.
I didn't realize.
There you go.
I didn't realize he was quite that old. I thought he was more like in his 70s.
But that movie, anyway, to bring it full circle, in that movie, they do the looping empty footage trick to hide infiltration.
Cool. That's interesting. I always thought that originated in Speed, just because that was the first place I saw it. But I didn't know. I had no fucking idea.
Well, there you go.
You know, that happens a lot of times, though. You know, Paul's got a little more knowledge in that. I mean, I've run into that too with people like this movie invented this, and it's like, no, it didn't. It was this one. Like, and I actually
I don't even really have all kinds of knowledge. It just I immediately thought of that movie Sneakers because I remember there's a big scene where there's a room that he's trying to break into. They have to lower the temperature, so it's like it almost like you know what I mean? the Mission Impossible rips it off a little bit. You remember the super room that he has to go in and they have to keep the temperature of the same thing. And if he ever touches the ground,
it gets too hot. Yeah, if it gets too hot,
like
it goes off the alarm. Yeah.
But instead of the pressure plates, it's like lasers that he has to like, and it's still like his body temperature is being monitored, and they have to loop the footage of that room so that it looks empty.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? While he's sneaking through these lasers, and he's only got a certain amount of time before the feed goes back to normal and blah, blah, blah.
There's always going to be a first movie to do it. I mean, well, it makes sense. Do
you know what movie invented deep fakes? What was the first time you saw a deep fake in a film? It's earlier than you'll probably think if you really think about it. There's
earliest
a movie
one I remember was Tron Legacy.
Okay. What about you, TJ? Because there's one earlier than that, Scotty.
That was like 2000.
Both of you, by the way, will have seen this film for sure. 100% you have both seen this film probably multiple times. It stars one of Scotty's favorite fucking actors.
Isn't Forrest Gump have deep fakes?
Oh,
No.
I'm not talking about use of the technology. I'm talking about like mentioning of the technology. Like what's the earliest mention or use of it in a film? And there's one that blew me away when I went back and watched the movie. Because the last time I'd watched the movie, I had not been introduced to the concept of deep fakes. Dude, fucking The Running Man. You remember there's that scene? Do you remember there's that scene where they make it look like Quaid is killed by digitally putting his face on some fucking dork and having that guy killed? Right. Yeah. And then Jesse Ventura, fucking Captain America or whatever he's called, Captain Freedom, he kills the fucking fake guy. And then the audience isn't even in on the joke until afterwards, until they show how they did it, how they removed fucking the main dude's, Arnold's face and digitally pasted it on the other guy. And I was like, I was watching the movie and I was like, deep fakes?
Yeah.
You didn't know about it. It figured it out. It's like in the dystopia, they're going to deep fake you. Well, that movie did a lot of that stuff. It was definitely like almost like a 1984-esque thing where they would take information. Because obviously in the beginning of the movie, he was like what was he, like the butcher of like San Francisco Bay or something? You know, where it's like he
tries to stop. Remember, he tries to stop
he tries to stop it.
Like the orders come through, like light up that whole crowd, destroy everybody, and he's like, "Wait a minute, we can't do this!" And his crew turns on him.
You're hungry,
no! And then they bomb it anyway, and then it gets blamed on him. He's like the patsy or whatever, and he's in prison for that. And I love that movie, dude.
Yeah, another thing about that movie is it shares something in common with the Lawnmower Man, which we've talked about before. Is that it's another Stephen King adaptation that has almost nothing to do with the story it's adapted from.
True. Yeah. Although not like the Lawnmower Man, actually
good. Yeah.
Actually transcended, in my opinion, the original work.
Yes, and
because I've read the original,
and it's actually good too.
It's good. No, yeah, I've read read the Running Man short story or whatever it is, and I've read and I've seen the movie, and I picked the movie. Sorry.
Oh, easily, yeah, any day.
It's kind of the same way with The Shining too. I mean, a brilliant book, but I picked the movie. Sorry, Stephen.
Well, part of the thing that sucks about being Stephen King is, a lot of people make movies that don't live up to your work, and that happens a lot. But because he's been adapted so many times, there's quite a few instances where it's like, the movie actually did it a little better than you, Stephen.
Sorry.
Do you think that's why he's always so jazzed about these lesser films? Like he pushed like It and It Chapter 2 like it was nobody's fucking business, and they're clearly inferior to the original work.
Yeah, I mean,
so you think that has something to do with it? It's like an ego thing. It's like, well, they did their best. You know what I mean? They can't. They can't do the Stephen King thing. But then when one does beat him, like The Mist, or The Shining, or Running Man, or in my opinion, Dreamcatcher as well. Like when those movies come along, he's always got issues. You know what I mean? He's always got problems.
I got some notes, guys. I got some notes.
Yeah. These are not great. These are not anywhere near proper for. I didn't do this, and I didn't write that, and I didn't mean for this, and I didn't mean for that.
Yeah. If they do a shitty job, though, he's like, "Yeah, good job, guys. You nailed it.
You did your best. Good job." in the
chapter
tall grass. Good job.
Masterpiece. Say magnifique. Oh, yes.
Good job in the tall grass. Really, really nice shot at it. But
oh my God, that's that one, dude. I watched that movie. I don't know why the fuck I watched that movie, but I did, and I was like, well, at the end of it, I was like, well, that was exactly as shitty as I thought it would be, and I should have just listened to my instincts on it.
I'm in the process of slowly but surely watching every Stephen King adaptation.
Yeah, that's right.
The last one, yeah, me and Amelia have been doing it for a while. About a year, to be honest, because we haven't been holding ourselves any schedule. It's not like we do it every day or every week or whatever. It's just when the moment takes us, we're like, hey, we got to catch up on some Stephen King. The last one we watched, TJ, her first time, my probably third or fourth time, and it had been a long time. Maximum Overdrive, my friend.
Oh man, I love Maximum Overdrive.
We're not doing it in any order either. We're just deciding as we go which one we want to check.
This is probably a rare.
Which one has the most appeal? Yeah.
This is probably a rare instance where I have watched a movie more times than you, because
for sure. I've only seen that would have probably been my third time seeing the film. And my first time was like when I was a boy, like literally a boy.
So here's the thing. If I watched Maximum Overdrive tonight, it'd probably be my third time this year watching Maximum Overdrive. So
dude, there's only a couple of movies that even rise to that level for me, so that's kind of cool to know that
I love Maximum Overdrive, and I don't even really know why. I just I don't know.
I can see why, dude. We loved it. Like here's the thing about Maximum Overdrive, and here's probably why you love it. I think you're over intellectualizing it
or anything like. Yeah,
dude,
it's really like a gut movie.
Fun. It's fun. That's all there is to it, dude. That's all there is to it. A lot of the things you want to see happen. You get to see like the big bloviating assholes get their comeuppance for the most part.
Yeah.
You get to see cool trucks. You get to see cool explosions. You get to see bunches and bunches of fucking like people. You get to see like, like, I don't know, there's comedy. There's hella funny parts. There's really scary parts. You get a little dabble of everything, and it's just a fucking, by the end of it, you're just like, all right, fun movie. You know what I mean? Like that, and that's pretty rare because like that's good. That's where you want to be with a movie. That's why you like the movie.
I love it's another movie, by the way, that I love the first act more than anything else. In the movie.
Ending sucks, by the way. Just
the ending is not great.
The ending is terrible. Like most endings.
The beginning of Maximum Overdrive is what sells you on it.
Oh, dude, the movie it definitely like the beginning is amazing, and the middle is like pretty good, and then the ending is like this sucks. So it's like it definitely like starts on a high note and fizzles, but the note is high enough that you can get to the end. It's not like you're like
to the end in a way that could have probably been a little better, but like at the end it feels like a nitpick because most endings fucking suck.
Right, sure. Fair enough. It just kind of especially like
dude, spoiler alert if you haven't
Stephen King directed the fucking movie. And I got to say, like maybe he wasn't the best coach of the actors or whatever. They say he was kind of shy about that and stuff. Whatever. The actors are fine. I mean, they're the top performances are actually kind of fun. But like Stephen King clearly paid fucking tremendous detail to like getting the shots physically right, and like there's the scene at the beginning with the bridge. It looks so fucking good. It's still fucking terrifying by modern standards. Just imagining being on a fucking bridge doing this, and just like watching people get crushed by their cars, and there's fucking technology. The fucking scene with the fucking vending machine and shit. I don't know. There's just so many fucking cool scenes in there.
What was the scene they had to delete from the movie that the kid gets run over with? Like,
so here's the thing.
That's actually back in the film now, by the way.
Well, there's
brutally
is the full thing in there because
he goes under two sets of tires in the one we watched on Prime.
Well, here's what I have not seen that cut, but here's what the fuck here's what's supposed to happen. Here's what happened in that scene. There's a street. They had a big ass steamroller, right?
Yeah.
It's supposed to run. There's the steamroller attacks a bunch of kids playing Little League. There's a kid that trips and falls. The steamroller's supposed to roll over him, right? So
I'm thinking of a different scene. No, different guy.
Okay, so here's what happened. Here's what the kid gets trapped under it. He's like, ah, and he gets run over and crushed, right? So they built a doll of the kid and they filled it with like, fake guts and like chicken guts and shit and like.
So blood. It like ruptured like a pimple, right?
He popped.
When they rolled over it, they wanted it to just kind of like I mean, they want it to look gory and crazy and shit, but like they basically said that like the kid's head just like explodes, right?
Yes,
of
And
course.
they're just like, and the censors look at that and they're just like,
why, dude? Oh,
Right.
it's so sad.
I know.
So then they still keep the kid getting run over, but they cut just the moment before the head explosion. So they don't show that, but they show everything leading up to it, and then they cut.
So
No, they
what
show
is
the
your dude?
okay.
This
They don't show the aftermath or anything.
No.
Okay, so it's just him getting killed. Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
this makes me want to ask a follow-up question. What are you guys' favorite, like, just for the gore type of movies? Like movies that are like total 100% obviously gore fest kind of movies.
Dead Alive or
Dead
Brain
Alive
Dead
is mine, 100%.
I mean, that's just if you just want pure gore. I mean, I don't even know.
No, Dead Alive is it's like funny gore.
Right.
It's like funny and
But
one
it's
of the
an
most
insane
gory
amount of
films.
gore.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just nonstop. I mean, like people are just getting destroyed. I mean, it's over the top and comedic. I guess if you wanted something more realistic, that probably exists out there. But I'm fine with the totally over the top comedic gore. And that's kind of my.
That's the Peter Jackson one. Of the guy gets like the lawnmower and shit, and he kills everything.
Yeah, and he fucking goes in the thing with the zombies, and he fucking mows them all
kills
down.
the zombies.
Literally
Oh,
mows
yeah.
them all down. You know.
early Peter Jackson movie filmed in New Zealand, got around all the censors in the United States because of that like comedy tone that it has, but way more gory than pretty much any movie you'll ever see.
We have a guy in our community, Mendacious C. He's a mod on my channel. I think he might be a mod on our channel too. I'm not sure, but you know, he's a dude. He's from New Zealand, and he says, and you know, maybe he could be a liar. I have not fucking verified none of this shit, but he says that he worked with Peter Jackson on some shit over there.
Yeah,
he's in advertising, and he met Peter Jackson. He wasn't like closely, intimately working with him, but he met
I got
him.
to work with him. Yeah,
Right.
Sure.
And he said that he told a coworker beforehand, like that when he met Peter Jackson, he wanted to tell him that Meet the Feebles was his favorite movie.
Mhm.
And the dude was like, dude, if you fucking tell Peter Jackson that you think that you like that Meet the Feebles is his best work or whatever, he's just gonna have you fired. So don't say that.
Yeah.
And
I'm
you like Lord of the Rings or some shit, dude.
Yeah, and I'm like, man, fuck Peter Jackson then.
I mean, like you would be any different. Like if
Dude.
let's say you had a career and you made one big old stink bomb that you wish you never made. That
No, I mean the thing is, no. Well, if it was a stink bomb, that'd be one. But Meet the Feebles is fucking awesome. All of his early works are awesome, dude.
I don't know. Meet the Feebles is not that great.
I don't know. I love it. I love all that shit. I
Dude,
love early.
all artists have a love-hate relationship with their fucking body of work, dude. You'd be the same way if you made a movie that you didn't think you got your way on.
I don't know, dude. I have to say,
so let me tell you
Peter
this.
Jackson's early shit is good, TJ, but the accomplishment of making Lord of the Rings, especially making it in 3 fucking movies, not having to have fucking 9 parts for fucking each movie.
I mean, Lord of the Rings is great. It's a great achievement, all that shit. But early Peter Jackson movies are fucking awesome. I love.
I like them too, yeah, but
I love Meet the Feebles. I love fucking Bad Taste. I think he did. Fucking The Frighteners, one of my favorite fucking movies ever.
yeah, but that's not his masterpiece, dude. His masterpiece is the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
I don't know.
There's no way.
I love that early shit better.
The Lord
If you were
of the
doing
Rings.
if you did an episode on Peter Jackson and did Crowning Achievement, you're not going to put Meet the fucking Feebles.
I would personally. But, you know.
The Lord of the Rings,
You're
TJ.
stupid, dude. You're stupid because you don't know.
I
TJ,
put The Frighteners. So look, you know, he went from being an auteur to being a commercial filmmaker, and you know that's good for him. Glad he made the leap, but you know
He
whatever.
went
That's
from
all
being a middling art house filmmaker to a cinematic legend when he made The Lord of the Rings, TJ.
well, maybe that's true.
You
but
know,
then
I believe that.
Maybe that's true, but then he made The Hobbit and he made King Kong, and they both suck. So
Well, he made King Kong, then The Hobbit, but yeah, I think you're right.
yeah, you're right.
yeah,
Not great.
They sucked. What are you gonna do? What are
He
you gonna
tried,
do?
man.
What are you gonna do?
I heard
He
you don't
still
like
got Lord of the Rings.
you don't like Jack Black in that, right? I think it's most people hate Jack Black and King Kong, right?
I just don't like
He's
the
like-
movie. Period.
It's pretty.
I don't
despised.
hate him especially. I mean, he's not great in it, but the movie's
Okay.
not great overall. So
I don't know, because I kind of like Jack Black in it, even though I guess it's not popular. But the movie does suck totally. So I wouldn't watch it again for him or anything. Anyway, that's a grease trap, right? We're done.
Is it? Hold on. Let me check, TJ. Hold on one
Are we done?
second.
Can I go? Can I go?
No, TJ. We actually want to extend the grease trap now to 87 minutes per grease trap.
All right.
So you got a few more minutes.
I'm fucking down with that, I guess.
Pull out your dick and get ready to fap, TJ. It's time to settle in for 6 more hours of the grease trap, TJ. All right. And then we can get to the real business of the day,
All
TJ.
Right. I'll call your bluff. Let's do it. 6-hour grease trap.
You wanna ball my cluff, dude?
Yeah.
You really want to ball my cluff?
I'm balling it. I'm balling that.
You want to ball my cluff?
I'm gonna fucking ball that cluff until that cluff is fucking destroyed.
I don't think you should ball my cluff.
I'm gonna do it. Let's do it.
Because my cluff might get even worse. We might be come to the end of you having balled my cluff, right? And then I cluff again.
Oh shit!
You know what I mean?
We got a thought. We all got problems in our lives. All that shit going on.
Dude,
life is complex, right?
As Paul talks about his cluff, I've decided exactly what part of the body the cluff is.
You know exactly what it is.
I don't know. Well, here's what I've decided it is. Okay, it's not your underarm, but if you're a fat dude, it's the part of fat that kind of rests here. This is a cluff to me.
Your cluff.
Yeah.
The waddle underneath your fucking armpit.
A waddle underneath a fat man's armpit, like beneath and slightly behind.
But I was saying before you really interrupted me. We all have lots of problems. We all have shit going on in life, guys. We can solve all of our problems. The rest of our lives, just a nonstop grease trap. We'll just sit here until we die. There you go.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's go.
Yep.
Dude, I wonder how much we could make if we were like podcasters make suicide pact to never stop streaming. You know what I mean? And then we just started just like in shifts, bro. We were just, and then we had certain days where we were all together. You know what I mean? Our sleep schedules had to coincide on these 3 days or whatever. And like, we just kept a constant cavalcade of like content going 24/7, 365, unbroken.
Never stops. It's the stream that never ends. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it,
dude. We would probably get press.
No, that's the pussy way to do it, though. Fuck that shift shit. All three of us on camera, 24/7. Someone's got to sleep, you sleep on cam. Someone's got to fucking piss, you piss on cam. Someone's got to shit, you shit on cam.
Yeah, we should start doing some sleep streams.
You eat on cam, you shit on cam, you piss on cam. You never leave the cam for a fucking second.
Your life is a cam.
That's how it's done. That's how it's hardcore done. Fuck.
You're talking about like the Big Brother house, but with no bathroom restrictions. You know what I mean?
No, nothing. Just fucking and not you
no privacy whatsoever.
This is your space. You live here now. You don't live in the real world. You live in this fucking rectangle right here. It's like calling it a triangle. Like triangle. This fucking triangle, man.
Right. Well, in order to do this now, we all three have to get isolated for 14 days, get COVID tests, then we all move into the same house. It's wired with cameras everywhere, and that's just our lives now.
There will be there will be multiple murders in that house. I'm just warning you.
Yeah, I think you're right.
There will be multiple murders in that house, dude. There will be multiple implicated murderers in that house. I don't think there will be a fucking clean set of hands that comes out of that house alive.
There's some holes in this
goddamn, would it be entertaining though? It would it would be entertaining to watch it all turn to shit, dude.
Oh my god, dude! I'd give it like 2 or 3 days before that happened.
Nah, dude, it would be way longer than that. Dude, it'd be like
it'd be more acrimony.
Like year 1 would probably go off without many hitches. I mean, we'd probably fight a bunch and stuff, but like I don't think anybody would try and kill anybody in year 1. But dude, at the start of year 2, when the fucking weight of the rest of your life possibly being spent in the room with these fucking people really starts to fucking settle in is in year 2. It's like you know where I got that from? Prison.
Yeah.
People that serve long prison bids and come out, they'll often tell you like the first year is the easy shit because it's like you're so overwhelmed by the experience. It's so new and it's so fucked up that like it goes by quick and you think, oh fuck, yeah, I got this. But like 2 months into year 2, once you get into the routine of jail and you realize that you've got like 20 more of those, that's when it really starts to settle in. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's when the kitchen knives are going to have to be fucking locked up or something.
Nah, dude, Paul's going to kill us all. He's going to kill everyone in the house with an axe. He'll just be like, He seemed like a nice man until he snapped.
I figure my only chance is to do it early, because like I really got to like do it before people would expect it to be done. Yeah. Because I see that that's the end result anyway. So I would really have to like
just skip to the end. Just fucking right as soon as the doors lock. All right, gentlemen, we're all locked in. Fuck you guys.
I win. Let me out,
bitch.
Then I realized it was me that put me in there, and I'm like, what have I done? What have I done?
Let me out.
Let me out,
It's
he
like
said to himself.
It's like all of us wake up in the Cube, dude. Like from that Cube movie.
That's kind of one of those like that's kind of like those one sentence horror stories that I just said, isn't it? Let me out, he said to himself.
You can't leave.
It's like, whoa, the implications are deep and wide on that one.
The motherfucking-cations. Uh-oh. Ellen's got the COVID now. Everyone's got the COVID.
Dude, I think Ellen is like, okay, can I tell you a little something that I'm starting to do with celebrity lives because they don't really matter?
Yeah.
When they get the COVID, I've started to run through my mind, is this an actual case of the COVID?
Yeah.
Or is this a COVID claim at a time where somebody is in desperate need of positive vibes? Give you an example.
Especially with Ellen. Because
dude, Ellen's show is tanking. Literally, like it's a fucking 747 on a nosedive, and it's about 10,000 feet, and it's got about 5 minutes before it hits the fucking ground, dude. It is gonna be bloody and immediate, dude. It's horrible. Guests won't book her. She did this horrible, like, shuffling fucking nonsense apology where she appointed her. You guys remember? Were we talking about that publicly or privately? Where I talked about how like every one of these talk shows has like a black minstrel character that's on it.
And
this is ZZ on the piano. And then he goes, yeah. You know, like they all have like a black minstrel with them. And she made her black minstrel guy, her music guy, her like co-host or whatever, to show everybody that she was committed to like changing the way she did things. And he shares 50% of this, and like, you know, he's going to keep me inclusive, and it ain't working, dude. Now, to get back to the original point, I think she COVID claiming.
Claiming.
I think she is COVID claiming for the fucking positive fucking, oh, we love you, Ellen. Don't die of COVID, Ellen. I think that's what she's doing. I think that's what she's going for. I think that's the mix she's going for. You know what she's got to do?
You know what she's got to do if she really wants to get there? She's got to die of COVID. She's got to die of COVID. Damn. If she really wants to fucking get
if she wants the candlelight vigil treatment, she got to die of COVID right now because she ain't got much of a reputation left. You know who else was COVID claiming recently?
Who?
The endless flapping, lying, disgusting maw of Rudolph Giuliani. Giuliani was COVID claiming recently.
Yeah.
Oh, these law cases aren't going good. I need something to humanize me. The oil leak should never have happened. I talked to the engineers about that. It should never have happened. What happened? I need to get COVID.
We're going to go live for the audience reaction of Rudy Giuliani getting coronavirus. Let's hear it now. Anyone out there? I'm sorry, guys. No one gets
that. I'm telling you, dude.
A lot of people.
You know, there's been at least one high-profile people who done COVID claimed. You know it's happened. And if one has done it, there's probably 100 that have done it. You know what I mean?
And if 100 have done it, then everyone's done it.
Then COVID is a hoax.
We fucking gone back around. We figured it out.
I'm an anti-masker now. Holy shit. I figured it. I saw the game. No, I just think that there are probably a select few celebrities of varying levels that have claimed to have gotten COVID and then have mysteriously kind of like gotten over it and shit that are COVID claiming.
I am trying to find
some COVID claimants going on.
what was it, like 40% of people are asymptomatic? So you can claim to have COVID and be like, I feel fine. I mean, I've got it. Just,
what else are you gonna like? You just say I popped a positive test and I'm, monitoring. I'm, and then I'm fine a week later.
I'm on Twitter now. I'm looking for some positive vibes for. I type Rudy Giuliani COVID. I'm looking at the latest shit. So here's someone at Rudy Giuliani. So much respect for you and relief that you have emerged from COVID victorious. Rest and don't get crazy with whatever. Hashtag stop the steal.
Don't get crazy with whatever. What's going on there?
I don't know. Rudy beats the COVID. Democrats want to destroy our country with ridiculous shutdowns while 76-year-old Rudy Giuliani is back to a very stressful job in a couple of days. Why aren't the homeless wiped out by COVID? People have a brain. Let them use it.
Another person that doesn't understand what a 2% kill rate is.
Okay, President Trump got the elixir that helped him overcome COVID-19. So did his son and Rudy Giuliani. How come they didn't give Herman Cain a hit of it? Well,
because some people just aren't treatable and some people just die, dude. Oops.
If Rudy Giuliani can recover from COVID, I have zero worry about its quote unquote lethality.
Well, guys, I think we know what they really got. The red liquid from the dark sarcophagus. If you drink that shit, COVID can't touch you.
Extends your life forever is what I hear.
But I mean, here's the thing. Is Trump really going to just hand that out to anybody? I mean, he's not just going to give it to anybody. He's going to give it to people he really, I mean, Herman Cain, look, it's sad. I feel for him, but this liquid is mine.
Herman Cain, he's a good conservative, and he stood for good conservative values. But at the end of the day, he's still,
he's,
I mean, let's be honest. Let's be honest, guys. He's still of a certain persuasion.
A darker shade of pale, if you can imagine.
Yeah, a little bit, He might be a Republican, but he kind of looks like a Democrat in some ways.
You might be a capitalist, a former CEO, ruthless in business. You've done many good things, Herman. Unfortunately, there's one thing you cannot do. No matter how much you would profess yourself to be one of us, you cannot truly be one of us.
Only one of you has accomplished this, and we destroyed him.
Utterly.
Michael Jackson will never be remembered as the musical genius that he was. He attempted to take whiteness. You're not allowed to take whiteness. It can only be given to you.
Can't have it.
As Icarus reached for the sun, so did Michael. And his crash was swift.
We'll give you 90% of whiteness, but you can't have it all.
You can never have complete whiteness.
That last 10%, that belongs to us. Anyway, is that a grease trap?
It belongs to me, and that's a grease trap.
Deep fat fried. Deep fat fried. Deep fat fried.